What's up guys, my name is Brandon and today I wanted to give you a follow-up on iOS 12.3 Beta 2. This firmware was released over a week ago, about 8 days ago now, and I wanted to let you guys know how it's been treating my iPhone XS Max, my daily driver right here. I've also been using it on my iPhone XR and also my new iPad mini 5. So of course in this video we're going to be talking about the battery life here on iOS 12.3. We're going to talk about the performance, some new bugs, some new features, all that good stuff in this video. So if you guys watched my first few videos on iOS 12.3, you'll know that this is a very minor update. The only real area where we found major changes is within the TV application here because of the new TV subscription service that Apple is launching. And there's a lot of UI changes and small things throughout the software as well, but the main changes are going to be within the TV application. And that's where the first thing that I did not mention in my initial video on iOS 12.3 Beta 2 comes in, and that is that there's now an Epics channel right here inside of the channel section for Watch Now. And of course, if you click on that, it's just going to give you access to a subscription to the Epics service. So we have Epics, we also have Smithsonian, Tastemade, Stars, and Showtime there as well. Now another change here in iOS 12.3 Beta 2, I can't actually demonstrate this right now, but if you use an Apple Lightning to 3.5mm adapter, you now get a message that says USB accessory, unlock your iPhone to use accessories. So for some reason we didn't get that before, but now in Beta 2 you do get that message. Now another change here in iOS 12.3 Beta 2 is going to be a teaser for the new Apple Card, the new Apple credit card, and we now have access to what the animation is going to look like when you get the Apple Card. So this is courtesy of 9to5Mac, and you can see there we get a very AirPods-like animation for the credit card. So it's looking like basically you just have to have the credit card close by to the iPhone and you will get that prompt right there. Again, very similar to what we've seen with the AirPods. Really cool animation there, really cool and futuristic looking. So it's really cool that Apple is taking this route for the credit card. I'm actually going to be getting this as well. I may talk about it on the channel. I don't think it's going to be a huge deal to most people, but it is still something I may want to share here on the channel. Let me know if you would be interested in that. Now another cool little feature here happens within the Siri prompt. So let me just tell Siri to play a song, and I want you guys to see what happens here. Play the song Sad. So you can see, first of all, it starts playing the song that it thinks you're talking about, but if it's not, it also gives you a prompt down here that says maybe you wanted some of these other songs that may be in your library or in your Apple Music. So you can see right here, these songs have sad in them, but maybe I wanted that instead of this one, and you can play them straight from within the Siri prompt right here, which is pretty cool. Now I believe this has been a feature since iOS 12.2, but I never covered it, and thanks to a Mac Rumors user, I did find out about this just recently. So those are more new changes in iOS 12.3 Beta 2. Now let's talk about some of the issues that you may be having with iOS 12.3 Beta 2. And the first one is with CarPlay. So of course I can't really demonstrate this right now, but I did just recently take a trip up to North Carolina, and I did have a rental car with CarPlay, and I did have this Beta 2 software on there, and basically it would just disconnect. And this happened with Beta 1 as well, Beta 1 and Beta 2. I believe I actually had Beta 1 when I took that trip. I don't know, it's Beta 1 or Beta 2, but anyways, I was having the issue because I was on this beta, I would just disconnect randomly. It happened twice throughout the trip, and there was really no reason for it, just randomly disconnected. And since I was curious, I did look up and see if other people were having this issue, and I did see that multiple people did also report this on Reddit and over on Mac Rumors. So it does seem to be an issue that's affecting multiple people, so hopefully it does get fixed with Beta 3. But other than that issue, I've not had any bugs. I've not encountered any type of bugs, either UI or anything at all here on my iPhone XS Max or my iPhone XR, which is pretty impressive because we had a lot of bugs on iOS 12.2 throughout the beta stages. So it's good to see that Apple is really fixing up a lot of these bugs and not introducing new ones at the same time. Now when it comes to battery life is just as good as iOS 12.2 so far in my experience. Now it's no different really from iOS 12.3 Beta 1. Let me go to my battery here. I'm going to be prepared to be embarrassed by how long I've been using my phone lately. So you can see just today I have over 8 hours of screen on time. Over the last 10 days, my average is 9.5 hours. Just recently going through a breakup, so I'm like kind of all over the place. That's why I apologize for the lack of videos and motivation lately. I've just been going through a tough time. I'm trying to make it through. I'm getting there. So I've been on my phone a lot, but battery life has been good. You can see there it's kind of fluctuating. I haven't been charging my phone a lot throughout the day, but I still find myself going to sleep with a little bit less than normal, but it's because I'm using my phone more. So I'll go to bed with like maybe 9 or 8%, but I am using my phone, like I said, a lot more. but overall the battery life seems about the same. It's really hard to judge at this point in time, but it seems about the same as beta 1, especially I can tell when I'm using it, in my regular way, early on in the day. And of course my battery health is still at 100% there, so nothing going on with the battery. So battery's looking good here on iOS 12.3. It looked good in beta 1, looks good again here in beta 2. So hopefully Apple does not touch that, of course, until iOS 13. And hopefully in iOS 13, Apple just makes it better. Now, when it comes to the performance is good, but it's not great. I mean, I have some occasional stutters now for some reason on the springboard, especially right when I unlock the phone or right when I lock the phone and then turn on the lock screen. Doing actions like immediately after that seem to be pretty bugged out here on beta 2, and I'm not really sure why. Now, I don't have these settings freezes like I did have in beta 1. I didn't have them in beta 1. I had them in iOS 12.2, the late stages of beta 2, and beta 1 fixed that. So it's good to see that those have not come back here for the settings application. I've not had any freezes at all within there, but now I get the occasional stutter on the springboard for whatever reason on my iPhone XS Max. But the good thing is that it doesn't happen all the time. It doesn't happen frequently. It may happen a couple times a week where I notice it. So it's not bad by any means. It's basically just, you can tell it's a beta firmware. It's that type of thing. So not terrible, but hopefully with iOS 12.3, the final version, we will not have any kind of stuttering issues like that. And I'm pretty confident in Apple to make sure that we don't have those issues. So all in all, iOS 12.3 beta 2 has been running great for my iPhone XS Max. I'm really impressed with the software. Again, you can tell it's a beta just because of the occasional stutter, but other than that, it's perfectly fine. So we can probably expect iOS 12.3 beta 3 most likely on Monday around 1 p.m. Eastern time or Tuesday at the latest. So you can look forward to that, here within a week, less than a week. And of course, I'm not sure how many betas we're going to go through before we get the final release, but I will have more information on that probably when I start talking about beta 3. I'll have a better idea of that. But anyways, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you do want to follow me over on Apple Music, I just recently started getting into Apple Music a lot and people have been following me over there. Anyway, I will have the link to that in the description below if you do want to follow me over on Apple Music. And if you guys have iOS 12.3 beta 2 installed on your device, let me know how it's been running for you down in the comment section below. Of course, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe so you don't miss iOS 12.3 beta 3 coverage here on the channel. But anyways, guys, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you soon.